Hello and welcome to Yoga with Alexandra. I'm Alexandra, aka Flower Yogi. Thank you so much for rolling out your mat today. We will be focusing on a practice to help relieve back pain. So hopefully this will help improve flexibility, strength, and relieve some of that tension. So we're going to get started in a child's pose. You can bring the knees wide, toes together, or knees together. Up to you, and then bringing the arms forward, we'll melt the heart down, melt the forehead. Nice stretch through the low back, all the way up to the crown of the head, through the sides of the body. And taking about 5 deep breaths in and out through the nose. And when you're ready, rolling the forehead side to side, massage the brow, helping to release some tension in the head. And then activating the palms, we'll look forward as you inhale, pressing into the hands, lift up with the core, keep that long line of the spine as we bring the knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. And on an inhale, drop the belly, look forward, cow pose. Exhale, rounding through the spine, crown of the head towards the mat, cat pose. Trying to move one breath per movement. Find your pace, find your rhythm. Inhaling to drop the belly and exhaling to round back. Really visualizing the whole length of the spine here, including the cervical spine, the top of the neck, and just trying to move in this beautiful wave-like motion here, expanding and contracting along the vertebrae. And if you'd like, you can kind of go off the tracks by drawing circles with the hips, pulling the belly around and back. Just noticing what sensations are present for you here today. Taking another deep round of breath in and out. And we'll come back to our tabletop, checking in for a moment with the spine, tailbone pulling away from the crown of the head. Imagine you can balance an apple or whatever on the back of your neck because we're pulling the head away from the spine. So we've got that lovely long line. Beautiful. And then we'll walk the hands forward, about palms width distance. Curl the toes under. See how slowly you can start to straighten each leg, coming into your downward dog, lifting the hips. Lovely sensations along the back body. If you feel any tension as you're trying to pull the heels down, I see a lot of people trying to straighten the legs and pull the heels to the mat. Try to just bend the knees, lift the heels a little higher so that you have this more defined slope down of the back from the hips. Release the head. Shake it yes and no. Pressing into the palms, into the fingertips. And just noticing that subtle difference as you lift the hips a little bit. Nice little bend in the knees. And when you start to feel more comfortable there, that's when we can maybe start to straighten the legs. Deep breath here. Finding a place of stillness. Take 3 more rounds of breath. Try to relax the head, relax the face. Beautiful. And exhaling everything out. On your inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Take baby steps to the top of the mat. We'll meet in a forward fold. Feet coming hips width distance, toes pointing forward. And then grabbing opposite elbow with the hands. Allow the torso to be heavy, the head is heavy. Another invitation to bend those knees so that the belly can rest on the thighs. Take a deep breath in. Big sigh out. Shake the head yes and no. Notice if you're clenching through the toes, through the face, and just relax. We'll gently release the hands down and starting to walk them around the feet, drawing circles with the hands, just very gently stretching through the side body. Very gentle twist through the back. Even it out, and then we'll come back to center. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Hands can come to the tops of the thighs, pressing away through the crown of the head from the tailbone. On an exhale, melt the heart down. Plant the hands, step both feet back. We're in a high plank just for a breath. Press away from the mat. On the exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, onto the belly. Beautiful. We'll find a Sphinx pose. Bringing elbows underneath the shoulders, palms pressing down into the mat, into the ground. Forearms are parallel here. And then pressing down through the pubic bone. If you want, you can bring the feet as wide as the mat. Taking some deep breaths. Your head is looking forward but at the ground. So we don't want to be looking directly out in front of us and having this of compression through the neck. We want to look down just slightly so that we can keep that length. And as you breathe, feel the resistance of the ground below you as the belly presses into the mat. Exhaling completely. Continuing to breathe here. Feel that length between the ears and the shoulders, head pulling away from the neck. Try to relax the legs, relax the glutes. Notice if you're clenching those muscles. Just trying to release the low back. Three more breaths here. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, we'll start to soften down. Make a pillow with the hands. Forehead comes to your pillow. And just softening through the shoulders, through the upper back. One more inhale. And And exhaling, letting it go. We'll bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, come up for a cobra. Not too high, just pressing away from the mat. Pull the elbows in towards the rib cage. See if you can relax the legs so that we're really trying to utilize the muscles of the back. One more breath in. And exhale, melting it down. Really lovely. So we're going to gently shift our way onto the back. You can come over towards one side of your mat and roll over, however you want to get there. Center yourself on the mat, and then coming all the way down, hug the right knee into the chest. Give yourself a good squeeze, send the left leg out long. And on an exhale, guide the right leg over towards the left side, arms opening up into a T, trying to root down through the shoulders. Deep breath in. And exhaling out. Inhale. Exhale, come back through center. Give yourself one more squeeze. And then sending the right leg out long. Left leg comes in. Inhale. And exhale, left leg over towards the right. Arms opening up. Shoulders rooting down. Feeling into the twist. Gaze over the opposite shoulders. We've got this lovely S curve through the spine. Deep breath in. And exhale, come back through center. One more squeeze on the left side. And then planting that foot down. Both feet will plant here. A little bridge pose. So bringing the hands down to your sides, fingertips just out of reach of the heels, or maybe just grazing the backs of them. Palms can press into the mat. Feel the length of the spine rooted down, connected to the mat. And as you inhale, start to lift the pelvis, lift the hips. Stay for the exhale. Chest lifting up towards the ceiling, chin away from the chest, gaze towards the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower it down. On an inhale, we'll lift back up. Exhaling, lowering down one vertebra at a time. So we're engaging the core, which is going to help strengthen the muscles around the back. And continuing here, inhaling as you lift up, also helping with flexibility as we arch and lower through the spine. Just moving at your own pace. Inhale, we rise up. And exhale, rolling down. Take two more on your own. Really lovely. We'll meet with that spine connected to the mat. Hug both knees into the chest, trying to keep the tailbone rooted down as you squeeze in gently. So we don't want to squeeze so much that we're pulling the tailbone off the mat. Try to keep that rooted. And then taking the palms to the kneecaps, just drawing circles in one direction. Stay with your breath. Feel that massage along the sacrum before reversing the direction. Beautiful. Come back to center. And this is where we'll use our wall. So gently shifting to face the wall. If you don't have a wall nearby, that's okay. That's where we grab our blanket, and as you can press into the feet, lift the hips, and slide that pillow blanket underneath, and just send the legs up. You can also use the hands underneath the hips. If you're coming to a wall, shift around and try to get the tailbone as close to the wall as you can so that we have this nice support and sending the legs up. You can bring the arms overhead, grabbing opposite elbow, or resting hands on your sides or on your belly. And trying to soften through the knees here. So we're really just allowing ourselves to be supported. Feel that connection of the back body down towards the earth. Softening our breath. Softening the muscles around the face. Taking a deep breath in and a long sigh out. If your feet are up on the wall, gently bending at one knee, pressing the foot into the wall and then the other. If you didn't have a wall support, just seeing how slowly you can bend the legs, bringing the feet down to your sits bones, and eventually back to the floor. If you're against the wall, gently roll onto one side and press your way up. We'll all meet in a seat. Rooting down through the tailbone, lifting up through the crown of the head, hands resting gently in your lap. Take a deep breath in, filling up from the base of the spine all the way to the crown of the head. And when you're ready, open the mouth, exhale out. Let something go. Bring the hands together at the heart. Thumb knuckles to the third eye, that point between your brows. Give yourself a little massage. And inhaling in together to close. On an exhale, we'll bow to ourselves, our bodies, our practice. Thank you for taking this time for you. I hope it was helpful and relieved some tension. We'll see you back next time.